Hello, everybody, and welcome to Late Night Football. We're continuing our preview series. Today, we already did the Tottenham against Manchester City game earlier today. So if you haven't checked that out yet, after this video, please remember to go and check that one out as well. But we're here joined today by Jihan. We're going to do the Chelsea against Newcastle game. That's the first game of the weekend, actually. So welcome, Jihan, on the show.
Thank you for having me back, brother. Always a pleasure.
Yes, and you're going to be here after this one as well because we're going to do the Real Madrid game as well, and then you're also going to be here tomorrow for the reaction shows. So you're almost like a co-owner of the channel for this weekend at least. It'll be like they'll see you as much as they see me. But yes, nonetheless, we'll get right into it. We'll talk about Newcastle against Chelsea. It's a big game for Chelsea this weekend, and it's a big game because I just found out that if Chelsea win, they'll go top of the league. At least for a few hours, they will go top of the league. So it's a big game for Chelsea. 6 wins out of 8 in all competitions, and they are the form team at the moment. I think they definitely are in good shape, in great shape, and it looks like things are coming together. But, and there's always a but, Newcastle United have beaten Chelsea 5 times in the last 7 games at St. James's Park. So, Gian, are they a bogey side of sorts for Chelsea? Is this a banana skin sort of game for Chelsea?
I mean, definitely, you've put out the numbers there yourself. 5 wins in 7. That's amazing. I mean, we do seem to have our problems against Newcastle. There was once this time when our bogey team was, believe it or not, Sunderland, and today it's Newcastle. Well, same city.
So region, yeah.
Yes, but one thing I'd like to mention is the form that our players have been on this international break. I mean, wow. 2 clean sheets. Silva's got those clean sheets. Ziyech's been scoring and assisting left and right. I think except the Warner match against Spain, I don't want to go into what the scoreline was, but except that, the players have been on fire. On fire. Every Chelsea player individually has been doing well. As a team, the team is finally shaping up. Lampard did say at the start that it's going to take some time for the team to mold. So, yeah, I mean, Newcastle are obviously a quality team. But I think if there's ever a time for us to win, it's right now. 3 points in the bag.
Yeah. Do you see, I mean, this is very difficult to predict, though, because when we talk about title challenges, at this moment, you can't really say who are title challengers because you're probably looking at about 8 or 9 teams that are competing for those spots. So essentially, you have to be a European. It's basically, you know, if you're a title challenger, you're also a Champions League contender. You're also a Europa League contender. So it's so difficult to predict right now. But is there hope for Chelsea to put together a title challenge now this season, just based on everything that we have seen so far? Because we've seen a lot happen. Just based on all, is this a good moment to say, you know what, Chelsea can contend for the title? I'm not saying they'll win it, but can they contend for the title this season? Realistically,
that's a very beautiful way you've put it. The difference between contending and actually winning it. If your question is, can they contend? Yes. I mean, they have a quality team again. And sometimes it's not just about how good your team is. If you look back at in 2016, all credit to Leicester. I won't take anything away from that. But that year, let's just say the other team from the 2-horse race finished 3rd. So you could say, I mean, the competition wasn't as strong that year. So this year, Liverpool, of course, I mean, a fantastic job from Klopp. He has, 15 players out, I think. Most of his starting lineups. His first three center backs are all out. Salah, COVID, so many players out, and still he's, well, not anymore because of the Man City game, but just before the Man City game, he was top of the league. Credit there, but we see Man City off form. Everton, well, they're falling from grace again. Tottenham, well, you really can't say. It's Jose Mourinho after all. So top 4, I'm very sure Chelsea will probably make it and contend. I see us being within 5 to 6 points of the top, if we don't win it.
Yeah. It's interesting you say that you're sure that Chelsea will make in the top 4 because, and I don't want to get into it, but who drops out then? Because you've got Leicester, you've got Liverpool, you've got City, you've got Tottenham. We'll not talk about Arsenal, Manchester United, they suck. But we still got those four. So one of those four has got to drop out for
That must
Chelsea to
have been
make it.
painful for you to say.
I'm sorry?
That must have been painful for you to say.
It's not. It's trust me. Like now, I don't feel anything. Like it's all gone. But I don't feel anything anymore with the club. It's like yeah. But I mean, for Chelsea to qualify, one of those four will have to drop out. And this is the thing. We're talking about these four as title challengers. So you're talking basically for Chelsea to move in. One of the title challengers has to not even finish in the Champions League. It's such a weird season to talk about. But let's talk about the team news because it's interesting. So Kai Havertz will be back after his COVID-related absence. He's now tested negative, so he can be back in the team. He'll also have the advantage of not going away with Germany, which obviously for psychological reasons, if anything else, is probably for the best that he's not there, that he wasn't there. But yeah, that's going to be, I don't know if he's going to start this game though, but we'll talk about that. But first up, Thiago Silva will be missing. He's just got back on Thursday from international duty. He still goes for them even at his age. But yeah, so he probably may not start. Although I don't know if Lampard can risk that because he's got Chilwell. Ben Chilwell also is a doubt for this game because he went off with injury again for international duty. So he's coming back now. If you were to be Lampard, would you want to start Chilwell and Thiago, or would you want to start Chilwell or Thiago? And if you had to pick between the two, who would you pick to start this one? Oh yeah, would you want to leave both out, or do you think at least one of them should start, if not both, or do you want both of them to start?
Well, our fixture list after this, directly after this, isn't as challenging, but again, like you've mentioned right at the start of this conversation, that Newcastle are a bogey team, and you have to respect Newcastle. At least we do. We have to respect Newcastle. So, if it were up to me, I mean, I don't know how serious Chilwell's injury is. I'll be honest with you there.
It was a back injury.
If I can have him on the pitch, I would.
Yeah, it seemed like a minor injury. But
I mean, back injuries could be as bad as what Neymar had, or it could just be a sprain.
Mm-hmm.
So, if the option is in my hand, play him now. We're going to St. James Park. Next game, Stamford Bridge. Slow it down there. Slow it down in the next game, not now. Not now. And the players are on form. So I don't want to ruin that.
And you'd start with Thiago Silva as well?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
I go with the strongest team possible. Strongest team possible.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see what happens there. I was going to ask you, if Thiago Silva is missing, who do you think should partner him? Should it be Rudiger or should it be Tomori? But I mean, we don't want Thiago Silva to be missing. So I don't want to. Let's not tempt fate and let's not even talk about it. Let's assume that he starts. Would you start with Kai Havertz?
No, but just in the spirit of answering that, I mean, Thiago Silva and Zuma have been beasts. I mean, how many clean sheets? 6 clean sheets in 7 games, right? For Thiago Silva and Zuma together.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't want to break that partnership, but if I have to, then I'm going with Tomori. Yeah, he looks more solid for me than Rudiger does.
Yeah, I think that's kind of obvious, but I don't know. There's some things whether Lampard waits Tomori or not, but we shall see. Kai Havertz, I think you said you talked about wanting to start with the best team. So would you now put Kai Havertz straight back in? He may or may not be ready, but would you want to put him back in, or would you want to ease him into the side?
It's actually pretty interesting. This, regardless of his injury, I feel that Lampard might not go with him because, correct me if I'm wrong, but I've noticed that Newcastle have played a zonal marking system very often. So with what this means is they go after space rather than the man. Havertz is better at finding that space, but this would mean that Chelsea will have a lot of potential to exploit wings and the pace. So maybe I'm going with Mount in the middle and spacey wingers. So even if Havertz has to play, maybe on the wing, but I don't see him using Havertz in the Newcastle game.
Yeah, maybe using Werner and maybe Hudson-Odoi on the wings, and then you start with Mount and Ziyech in the middle. I don't know if that would work, but maybe that is an option unless you want to start Ziyech as a winger and then bring in Kovacic maybe in midfield. But then, that makes it a bit functional.
I want that left foot on the right wing. I want that left foot on that right wing. Oh my God, that left foot. I mean, he just sees passes you can't even. Ziyech, beautiful buy.
Okay,
I
so
want
then
that
yes.
left wing
So
on.
then
I have that left foot on the wing.
I guess so. Then the question is, then would you? Then I guess the question for Lampard, at least if we our analysts would be, would you start with Kovacic? Would you start with Jorginho, or would you start with Havertz? And that is something that he will have to make that decision when the game time comes. I mean, we don't even know between now and tomorrow. We don't know what can happen. Somebody can contract COVID. Somebody gets injured in training. We just don't know what happens. So it's all up in the air. And I mean, we don't want to tempt fate, but
Such a weird season.
yes, it's just there's just no telling what will happen next. But with regards to Newcastle, I think Newcastle have a host of injuries themselves. I think they have as many as 12 players out. Matt Ritchie is not available. John Shelby is not available. Callum Wilson may not play. Andy Carroll is available, but then it's as good as him not being available. So Newcastle, you just don't know. I mean, and let me put this straightforward to you for anybody who's watching. Manchester United beat Newcastle United at St. James's Park 4-1 with a team that started with Daniel James in one matter. So they're not that good. Right? I mean, Chelsea should have it easy, and that's what we say should. We just never know what'll happen, but should have it easy. Gian, who's your key player for Chelsea?
Well, you might be surprised. I mean, they are a bogey team, and Newcastle's confidence will obviously be there. 5 wins in 7 games. Let's say even if that's in 6-7 years, over the past better half of a decade, they've been very good against us. Let's just say that. So I think the midfield needs to be resolute. But this is Lampard. He's going all in. So I'm going for Mount. He's been sensational. And he seems to be really getting out what Lampard wants out of an attacking midfielder. So I'm going with Mount. Yeah.
Yeah, well, definitely. I think that would be I think that midfield will be key, and the more creativity that they can provide, because there will be space to exploit. There will not be space to exploit. Will come down on that creativity in midfield to break down Newcastle. It can be done. It's not that difficult, but yes, that will be key. What's your prediction for your score, Gian?
Anything United can do, we can do better.
5-1.
So I'll just
4-0 or 5-1? 4-1.
4-1. Well, maybe not that better. Oh no! Of course, we do have Mendy with his clean sheets. Yeah, 4-0. 4-0. Most of United's Newcastle squad is not there.
Yeah, they lack that cutting edge of front, so I really don't see where the goal is going to come from. Even Newcastle's goal against United was an own goal, so it was United who scored it for them. So yeah, I mean they lack that little bit of cutting edge up front. Yeah, I think it'll be 5-0. I think it'll be 5-0. Yeah, I can see it. I can see it. Because it's the early game of the weekend. If Chelsea get on a quick run, then it's really quick for them to then rack up the score. Yeah, I think 5-0.
Yeah,
sounds about 4-0, 5-0 sounds about right. I think it just depends. It really depends on how much after the game is safe, how much Chelsea want to keep attacking, or do they want to conserve energy? I think it will come down to that ultimately. But yeah, they can easily rack up a big score here. Just with the way that the things are going. But yeah, that will be an interesting game to watch. It will be the first game of the weekend, so we'll be here tomorrow right after the game. Gian and I will be here to break that down for you. So please remember to stay tuned for that. But before that, Gian and I will be back again in about a couple of hours to talk about the Real Madrid Villarreal game. We don't just do Premier League on here, so we'll do that one as well. So we're going to be back in a little bit. That's actually an interesting one that is intriguing for all the wrong reasons, but we'll be here to break that down for you. So stay tuned. Please remember to like this video if you enjoyed our analysis and our predictions. Tell us in the comments what you think about what the score is going to be. Who do you think should start for Chelsea? Let us know what you think as well. And please remember to subscribe to the channel if you're new, because we are going to be doing a few more videos today. And so you want to be notified as soon as they go live. So even once you subscribe, you get those notifications. So please remember to do that. We're trying to get to 120 subscribers. This week. We couldn't do it last week, but we want to try and do it this week. So please help us get there, by subscribing and help us grow this channel. We appreciate your support. But we'll be back in a couple of hours with the next one, Real Madrid against Villarreal. That's the one that we're doing. Thank you so much for joining. Take care. Have a good evening, good day, whatever time you're watching this. And we'll see you again very, very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.